Hello my beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be drafting a basic body pattern for a short collar peplum wrap top. This short collar is going to be insert, it's not the cut together short collar method, and we are going to be making use of this pattern in my next video. Please watch this video to the end. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, like and share. So these are the materials I'm going to be making use of. I'm going to be cutting the front first, and I'll fold my pattern into two. This is my guideline, so from here is where I'm going to be taking my measurement. Then from that guideline I'll come down my bust vertically. Shoulder to bust is 10 inches. Then my half length is 16 plus half an inch to join it at the down part. So the next thing to do now, I will mark my shoulder divided by 2, which is 7.5. I'll also mark it somewhere here, the 7.5. Then I'll make a straight line. So that's it. Then the next thing to do is to come down for my slope 1 inch. My neck, I'm going to be using 3 inches width by 3 inches depth. One curve here to rule it. So this is it. Then the next thing, I'll connect this to meet my slope. Mark my armhole at 7.5 inches for my slope. I come down 7.5 for my armhole. Then I will make this line straight. Then I will input my, so now there are some measurements you need to take note of. My bust, I'm going to be using 9.25. that is my bust divided by 4. My bust circumference divided by 4 is 9.25. Now my waist, I'm going to be using 6.5. Why am I going to be using this 6.5? My waist is 30. My waist circumference is 30. But because of the style I want to make, I'm not going to be using this 30 inches divided by 4. Just like that. I'm going to be doing some calculations, yes, and I'm going to be putting you through so that you can use your own measurement to achieve it. So what I will do is, this 30 inches for my waist circumference, I will divide it by 2. It will give me 15 inches. Now this 15 inches that I have, I will minus 2 out of it, which will give me 13 inches. Now this 13 inches now, I will now divide it by 2, and I will be having 6.5, and that's exactly what I have here. So that's what I'm going to be using for my waist circumference. So I'll be using 6.5, and my bust is 9.25. So let's go. So now I'm going to be marking the 9.25 here on my chest line. Then I'll come down to my waist, which is my half length, and then I'll be marking the 6.5 inches. Then I will now add 1.5 inches for my seam allowance. I will also add the 1.5 inches for my size seam here too. Then I will be marking this line straight. So this is what I have now. I'm still going to come back to this place. Now the next thing to do is to mark my nipple to nipple, which is 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5, plus half an inch, which is 4 inches. Now before I forget, I will need to extend this line by half an inch. So you can add half an inch to your measurement, right? That's to join the sleeve. So this line is no longer useful, so I'm going to wipe it out so that we have a correct line here. So I've added the half an inch here. So now if we measure it now, I will be having, instead of 7.5, I'll be having 8 inches. So this is my 8 inches. So I'm going to be still come down my slope here. So I will connect it back to this, the 1-inch slope. So here now it's correct. To mark my nipple to nipple, which is 4 inches. My nipple to nipple is 7 inches, divided by 2 is 3.5, plus half an inch, which is 4 inches. Then I'm also going to mark it here and make a straight line. Now, at my bust line, I'm going to come down half an inch, go up half an inch. Then, coming back to my armhole, I'm going to divide this place by 2. Then, come down half an inch. Then, come out 75 an inch. That's 0.75. Then I will connect this point to this point, then to this point. So I'll connect this first to this point, now to this point. So now I have my armhole formed. My armhole has formed now. So the next thing to do is to mark 1/4 of an inch on both sides. I don't want to use too much dart, so I'll be using 1/4 of an inch. This 1/4 of an inch that I took from here, I'm going to add it back here, which is half an inch. I will add it back here. Then I need 1 inch, that is to join these two back. So, and I'm also going to add it to this point. Now that 1 inch too, I'm going to add it to this point. So I've already added it here. Then I'll connect this line now straight. So the next thing to do now is to connect my dart leg. This half an inch that I came down with, I'll connect it to this line. So I've connect my dart leg. I remember I've replaced my half an inch here. So to connect my princess dart now, I'm going to connect this half an inch that I go up. I will place my curve ruler this way, and I'll connect it to this midpoint here. So I'll start the curve from here. Then I will extend by 1 inch. Then I'll also remove half an inch from here too, by then extend it to like this. So this is it now. So this place will be straight. So that's the reason why I came down half an inch up. So the remaining, this half an inch that I came up, that's where I connect my princess dart. So this is how it should look like. So now I'm going, so this is my 1 inch. So I'll connect it now to my new armhole. So this become my new armhole. So now this become my new armhole. So do now, I've also add my half an inch for my shoulder. So I just add this half an inch, connect it, also add half an inch here, connect it here. So the front pattern is ready. So I'm going to cut it out now. So I will start by cutting it from the side here. So this is the front pattern now. So what I will do now, I will open it out. This is the center front, right? So from this center front, I'm going to measure 5 inch. This is my 5 inch, 5 inches. So I measure from this center to this place 5 inch. I will come down 6 inches at the next line, 3 inches before. So this is my 6 inches. Then I will connect this place now to meet this 6 inches, to connect it to my neck. So this is my lap. So this is how it's going to be. I will be cutting this place out. So I'll be cutting this in 2 places. The other one will be facing it this way. It is when I want to cut it on my fabric that I will cut this line. So this one now is ready. Then I'll keep this aside. Then I will draft my back pattern. And I'm going to draft my back pattern, my basic body back pattern. That's what I'm going to do. You don't need all those calculations that we did for the front. You don't need it. here I've make a guideline here. So from this guideline, I measure down my half length 16 inches plus half an inch for my seam to join at the down part. So then I will come down vertically my bust point, which is at 10 inches. You know, when you want to draft your back pattern, you measure your zip allowance, but this time we don't want to add zip, but we will be needing half an inch to sew the back part. The reason is because there's going to be an opening at the back to remove the excess at the back for zip bulge. So I'm going to be adding half an inch here. So I'll make this half an inch now straight. So this is the half an inch. Then I will eliminate the, I will now remove 1 inch. Just follow what I'm doing. I will mark 1 inch starting from this edge again. I'll mark this 1 inch. Then I'll connect it to this half an inch. So this is how I do mine. So I'll connect it to this half an inch. So this is it now. My measurement is going to be starting from here, right? But when I want to sew it, I'll still remove my half an inch from here, connecting it to this place. So just follow what I'm doing. So my measurement is starting from this line instead of this line, or the my shoulder plus half an inch will be 8 inches, which is here. Then I'll also mark the 8 inches somewhere here too. Then I'll make a straight line. Then I'll come down for my slope 1 inch. I'll also mark my neck width the way I use for the front. I use 3 inches for the front neck width. I'll also mark it here too. Then the neck depth for the back, I'm using 1 inch. So then I'll connect this line like this. You can also use your curve ruler. So this is it. Then I'll connect my slope. And that's my slope. Then I will mark my armhole. My armhole is 7 inches, 7.5 inches. I'll also mark it here. I'll make a straight line. Then my bust circumference divided by 4 is 9.25. I'll also mark it here. Now my waist, we are using my normal waist measurement, which is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5, which is it here. So then I will make this line straight. I'll make it straight this way. I'll mark the midpoint of my armhole. So then I will come in half an inch. Then I'll connect this line together. So this for my armhole for the back. Then the next thing to do is to mark my nipple to nipple, which is at 4 inches. I'll also mark the 4 inches here too. Then I'll come down half an inch. Okay, you don't really need this half an inch here, so but because it's going to be a preset dart at the back too, I will just connect it straight like this. Then connect this one with a straight line. Then I will be marking half an inch on both sides, because then I will replace my 1 inch here. Then I'll also mark my side seam allowance, which is 1.5 inches. Then I will mark the 1 inch to join them together. I'll mark it here too. So that's it. So here too, I also mark the 1.5 inches for side seam plus 1 inch to join it back, which is there. So I'll connect it straight like this. Line that I connect here, I'll be extending it by 1 inch. so that it can meet together. So now I'm going to be connecting my new armhole this way. So this guy is going to be. I'll also connect this one together this way. So this is it. Make sure that this place is not sharp. So I'm not going to remove any excesses here because that's the back. I don't want it to form bustier for me. So this is all about the pattern for the back. So I'm going to add my half an inch here for my to join my shoulder together. So this is all about it. So this is for the back now, and this is for my front. So I'm going to cut this pattern now out by cutting from this side. Remember, we've all add all our seam allowance on this pattern. So I will start. So when I'm cutting it on my fabric, that's when I will cut this line out. So this is the pattern for the back, and this is the pattern for the front. So these are the two patterns. So in my next video, I'm going to be making use of these two patterns in my next video. So watch out for that. Thank you so much for watching to this end, and God bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe.